exciting cast of UGC Highlander. I'm Grizz, and I'm here with Insomniuh to cast Week 2 on Process. What is up, Insomniuh?
Not too much. Looking forward to this one. About to get started. Those players are all in this server, -1, so should be going anytime soon.
Yeah, so this week we have Wartortle Warriors, which I believe is kind of a reskin, reformation of Squirtle Squad, and Memento Mori, which looks sort of like SS. So I mean, it's an off season, kind of no playoffs, so we are seeing a little bit of a shakeup on these teams, but overall looking like should be a pretty interesting match.
Yeah, we're going to be here on Process, which is not the player's most favorite map, but I've seen a lot of people have fun with it in scrims the past couple days. A lot of lobbies going up, and these guys warming up right now. What do you think about this map for this season and all?
Personally, I'm going to throw out my bias right now. I'm not a huge fan of Process, especially casting it. I think it lends itself to a lot of stalemates, a lot of slower gameplays. But one thing that you can always catch on Process, because there is so much time, is you will see some ridiculous plays happen. So I'm getting pumped for the ridiculous picks on the med, the silliness that will happen with spies and pyros in the backfield, and overall just kind of the highlights of this game as opposed to the choke fighting that will undoubtedly happen.
Sounds about right. I'm much more used to this map on 6s, and even then coordinated Uber's a little difficult. Trying to wrangle 3 extra people into pile through choke or something like that. It's quite the chaotic little bit of mess.
Yeah, one thing that I'm kind of expecting to see tonight, especially coming from Game Master, who is aliased as Ghoul Master, got to get that spooky name change on. I am expecting a little bit of level 3s to be played here. We saw that towards the end of last season, especially on second. So that is just going to slow the game down more, and it's going to require even more coordination on behalf of the offense if they want to take that second point, because you're attacking that high ground, and you have to get through that very tough choke and or sewer.
It makes this, I mean, in 6's maps, pushing into second is difficult enough, but when you have that sentry there, that's why people look at this as like one of the more stale-matey maps, trying to get through that choke, and even trying to get an angle on the sentry coming from sewer or IT. It proves difficult for most teams.
Yeah, and that's something that you hope to see developed a little more in this, higher level of play in Platinum. You hope to see a little bit more cohesion. That's something that teams really struggle with in kind of Silver, even Gold. But in Plat last season, we saw some new strategies coming out from the top teams, some really good pushes that made the game a little bit more enjoyable to watch from a spectator point of view. But we will see how these teams do this time. Would you like to run through the roster of Memento Mori? I don't know. I'm going to mess up their name.
I believe it's Memento Mori. It's like MM and WW. It's like the upside down Mario Waluigi thing going on. But on Spy, we've got Triton. On Bagel on Sniper, has been hyping himself up in chess, and I'll be definitely watching his cam. Very sniper-heavy map. On Medic, we have App. Sales Savvy on Engineer, Eerie Person on Heavy, Skis on Demo, B-Red on Pyro, Capsize on Soldier, and Alder on Scout.
And with that, we're actually going live as Red Team quick through this choke. Skis trying to get that early pressure. Cole doing a great job on the other side of the map, just pressuring them out on that right side.
Good little rotation. It looks like Blue decided to fight Red Crates. Most whole big bomb in on the medic takes down poor Fiddler right now from Wartortle Warriors. That's going to completely destroy there. They got a couple of little splash damage rockets off that as well. They dropped 5-6 players, looks like, and they are already getting backed up and pressuring Wartortle Warriors into second, not even letting them get a chance to set up that sentry gun. This is quite the fast mid. Usually I'm used to just as much chaos, but not as many picks like that.
Yeah, really nice job, just not even letting them get a hold there, pushing right in with the combo. Excellent job collapsing on mid and making sure to pick up all the frags they needed to get this aggressive push, and we should see it push onto last because of it.
They did lose one, but they have full Uber and like 80% advantage, although the Blue does have one Pyro who's been sitting back in sewer, so it just goes down as I say that, and they are pushing in, popped Uber on the Scouts, pressuring them in, flashes in the demo, great direct sticky, double stickies onto that heavy, and just piling onto the point right now. They could easily take as they completely wiped their team. That was an incredibly fast round, about 1 minute and 33 seconds.
Yeah, I feel like we hyped up Process as this long waiting extravaganza of watching a choke for 5 minutes, but I mean, great work by MM, just pushing quickly, making sure to capitalize on all the frags they got on that mid fight.
a Memento Mori put in, like, making us eat our words right there. And their demo man has beat the Wartortle Warriors to mid by at least 3 seconds. Gave them the huge opening, lots of sticky damage opening up, but right now everyone playing a little bit more safe. Blue has learned to rotate over to red crates this time, and they have got a little bit of pressure. A couple picks coming out right now. The Soldier Bomb goes in for the medic, but they have learned the error of their ways, countered that pick immediately, and are pressuring into second themselves now.
Yeah, nice work making sure to pick up some good frags on Skis, the demo man, and Eerie Person, completely taking out the combo of red team. But they still have not capped. Looks like they're leaving behind their engineer and pyro to do that work for them.
Yeah, they've got full Uber going on to second right now, almost pressuring into last. This is very brave. This is quite the overextension, though. They are about to get that cap on mid, but right now there's only 3 of their players on that second point, which is just going to get them into trouble right now as rockets come out. Oh, big stab by Triton onto the demo. Forces out a questionable Uber by Fiddler, who was in no real damage right there, hadn't taken anything, but lost their demo, maybe tried to save him from that spy.
Yeah, and this is leaving Wartortle Warriors in a little bit of a tricky spot as the Uber is going to come in from red team. Big bomb onto the point by Capside.
Everyone's backed up in a choke on Wartortle Warriors. Mori starting to pressure out a little bit, throwing some spam and such into choke, trying to suss out the players over there in sewers, taking a couple little pot shots. We see our first sniper kill of the match, it looks like, from a boar. I was expecting a little bit more pressure from the snipers on this map, but I guess they just haven't had a chance to really set up and go for it yet.
Yeah, and again, it seems like a little bit of a shock to me. And as I say that, Triton takes down Spooks and Fury. It's weakening the combo of Wartortle Warriors. Excellent job kind of breaking up that push. But it does look like they're still going to get onto the point here with some nice pressure from the Pyro and Demo Man.
It looks like they've got full Uber right now. Very slight advantage, and they might be calculating this perfectly. They need a few more seconds over there on Mori to get that Uber, but they pop in, and counter pop comes out on the Pyro, pushing them back through Shutter as they rotate over to Lobby. It looks like they could have a really good wrap right here, and if they get a couple picks, they could come right back in on this, but nope. Looks like they are going down over Wartortle Warriors. They're going to have to back up, regroup, and that's going to give Mori a chance to come out here and fights for second.
Yeah, that level 3 doing a nice bit of work on last to just deny any of those lighter classes from getting some cap time. Engineer trying to get some damage onto the combo, but it's just going to be taken out by Eerie Person rocking that Natasha.
Dreadnought comes in, gets a pick on the snipers, and he tries to pressure up towards Choke, then ducks back into IT. They have not caught him out yet. He's jumping right now. Gets a rocket onto the med, but not a lot of damage. Surfs it away. Throws a couple rockets to the demo's feet, but gets taken out himself. Evan going for that cleanup crew. Oh, can't quite get the medic either, but that's given Wartortle Warriors enough time to still get out on the point. But down 4 or 5 players now, they're going to have trouble with this. Mori needs to capitalize on this immediately.
Yeah, there was some nice pressure there. That was a great bomb. Ski's actually getting out with just 13 health, trying to take down the demo. They are going to clean him up in sewer. Scouts on him, gets 1 kill onto Triton, but it's going to be taken out promptly by Brett. Or B-Red.
Wartortle Warriors, we're down to 2 players right now, so they can definitely not contest this. Let's see if they actually get a good setup on their own second now. No engineer quite out yet.
This is kind of more of the hold that I was expecting to see. Yeah. All of blue up right now, just doing a nice job denying choke. A lot of spam coming in, making sure to check for that spy, making it very difficult for Memento Mori to get any sort of forward progress. As right now they have popped Uber, they're trying to get in. Nice work going through IT to kind of break up that hold. But Eerie Person goes down to a nice snipe by Boar.
Pyro Squirrel held off that Uber perfectly. Lost a couple players in that attempted push, but they're still committed to this, it looks like. Medica's backed up to choke, but they have 2 players still out on that second, trying to put some time on it. And this is really that time where I would collapse back to choke, regroup, hopefully get a better Uber, because right now, yep, Medic goes down, could not quite get out fast enough, and that's going to give the Wartortle Warriors 100% advantage, and they know it as they start peeking out of IT and choke.
Yeah, a little bit of a flubbed push there as Memento Mori looked like they had a great advantage going through IT and just got caught out as one player after another overextended into Wartortle Warriors. Boar getting some nice picks there. Spooks and Sirius also cleaning up a couple of classes in that fight. Boar just taking out the sentry gun, allowing his team a little bit more space to breathe.
That's right. They've got about 75% advantage, and they're slowly moving towards choke right now. They had to stop, turn around as the Triton, the spy from Mori, did try for the attempt to backstab on both Boar and the medic. Managed it was only to get Boar before the Wartortle Warrior starts pushing back out. A little bit of a failed flub there of a force, but that did got a little bit of an early pop from Fiddler there as they pop out and move on to second. Red just looks like they're kind of giving this away for free, already backed up, and the Uber wasn't even as long as you'd hope for, but kind of recommitting to the point right now.
Yeah, it looks like maybe a little bit of miscommunication there from Memento Mori, but it does look like they have decided to keep all their players to defend this second point, trying to clean up a few more shots. Boar taking some pot shots from that IT, but unable to convert. Right now, it looks like Memento Mori is going to use this 100% to take back mid and hopefully get a little bit of a push into second if they can get the frags.
Yeah, very wise by Wartortle Warriors to actually back out when they did, instead of like their last push where they did lose like 5 or 6 and stayed overcommitted. So they're going to have about even Ubers very soon, since Mori did not capitalize on that small little window. So that's whoever's going to make the first move right now. Both teams posturing. Boar gets a great headshot on the heavy as they push up, allowing some more spam to come out. Bagel, big shot on the spy right now, but out of IT comes Capsize and Alder, taking a bunch of damage and scaring themselves right back in. That's going to make it really hard to contest second, even with full Uber.
Yeah, Boar is heating up right now, doing a lot more work, and as I say that, he takes down the demo man for Memento Mori. Nice pick going into the second, making it very difficult. And the medic, Fiddler, or excuse me, AP, not able to really hold on to it, just has to pop and get out. He is going to be pressured all the way back to last.
Yeah, Boar got a good body shot, and like most medics, we get scared below that 100 HP threshold. When you have Boar, but we get like a second scope in on you, yeah, I would pop right there as well.
Yeah, not necessarily a bad move. I agree with you there, but it is going to leave them at a distinct disadvantage, around 10%, if Fiddler is going to keep charging. But we are seeing the sentry being built up on both second and last. So we will see how difficult it is to push out of here as Game Master is sitting with that level 3 sentry.
It's like both teams still posturing. A little bit of spam coming out from Capsize in the lobby right now before he gets pressured out. I'm going to guess they're going to take this Uber in through Shutter by Wartortle Warriors. That's what they're kind of posturing for right now. Uber's been called on both teams now. Oh, that was a fake by AP on that one, actually. They're rotating over to Shutter, kind of expecting the same thing. Lose a player somewhere, I didn't quite catch that, but Evan peeking in, trying to find a nice target here.
Right now, both teams just looking for something. Spy drops down, tries to take him out, but Triton is picked off by Boar with that big Machina body shot.
One of those plays where it's tough to get through there, and you want to get more than one pick before you really want to commit, especially when you've got a level 3 sentry guard on the point on both teams.
Yeah, this is really not the situation that they want to see. They have to get a ton of picks to push out here, and they really need to be careful because Wartortle Warriors is sitting on that 100%. The Bagel takes down Evan and Spooks and Sirius. Heavy and Spy down for Wartortle Warrior with that Machina collateral.
Yeah, and that happened because Fiddler's been strangely staying away from the combos alone right now on the top of second point, and had been for a good like 15 seconds. Had not gotten a lot of overheals out, allowing the Machina to just wreck, and that's going to let Mori start pushing out here through lobby.
Nice work by Triton to coordinate a stab on the engineer and take down the sentry. Way to break that stalemate. Excellent job by Wartortle Warrior. And a little bit of trash talk as Skis drops the "this is why people don't like Highlander" line on him. That level 3 turtling up.
Mm-hmm. And as I guessed, they took that Uber in through Shutter, and the quick counter Uber was popped. Nothing really came of it, not even a single frag, just a little bit of damage here and there. And then both teams backed out, but right now, Wartortle Warriors, a bit of an overcommit right now. They stayed in lobby fighting around way too long. Dropped 5 players in total. They still have Dreadnought in there. So it goes down to a quick pyro shot by B-Red. And this is going to give them second for free.
That was very close to a disastrous play. Oh, and Cole finishes it up by taking down AP with a nice sticky.
That's a good save.
Excellent job there to just capitalize on Dreadnought's damage as they were quickly rolling out on the second point. And now they're going to be at a heal disadvantage and number disadvantage, so going to be very difficult to hold on to this second. I think they're probably going to fall back into that last hold as Bagel takes down Bort in that sniper 1v1. Bagel actually on a 6 kill spree right now.
Bagel had been hyping himself up, and this is definitely a sniper-heavy map, even when you play 6s. Only little action I've seen going around right now is Triton going around back, kind of turning some heads, throwing down sappers, some pot shots, and then going back on, I think, his cloak and dagger. Just trying to distract and turn some heads loud with some distraction plays, maybe get some picks out there, and out they come as Mori starts pressuring out through choke. The medic takes a direct pipe though down to 50-some-odd HP, eats a sandwich, gets that right back up, so that's going to allow them to pressure up and capitalize on those picks that they got.
And again, that Uber creeping up for blue team. They really need to start taking advantage before red gets solidified in their hold. The sentry gun is up on top of that point, making it extremely difficult to push in. And red is sitting in IT, making sure they don't get surprised on like they did last time.
Yeah, they walked into sewer there with their combo, had a good like 3-man push there, but decided to back out for some reason and rotate to choke, which may be a more of a safer, more comfortable Uber for them.
Yeah, right now, blue trying to force into IT with 3 players. Pyro, Soldier, Cole goes down, demo down for Wartortle Warrior. Nice work by Triton. Kind of scooting around in that backfield for quite some time to get that pick.
Yeah, with that demo down, Mori starts peeking into choke, trying to bait some players close for Bagel to get some shots on, looks like. And as I say that, Pyro Squirrel goes down. And Dreadnought's sneaking up on this sniper, trying to stop that threat right now. Busts out some stickies and takes a little bit of spam damage from the Wrangler. But still just more posturing at this process choke.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is kind of the stalemate that most people expect. 2 level 3s being used by both teams, just hunkering down on these points, making sure that they don't lose any more rounds. I think we might be in for the long haul, but this looks like the first of what may be a successful push as they're going into choke.
They get immediately
bounced
back
around quite a bit.
Combination of getting air blasted up and having the Wrangler knock back, push him right back into choke. It's a visible wasted Uber. Big bomb comes in from capsizes. The Uber comes out from Mori. Looks like they're not getting a lot of picks right now, trying to focus down that sentry so the rest of their team can come in here, but it's not quite getting it. Got it down to maybe a third of its HP, if that. And it's going to allow Wartortle Warriors to come right back in, knowing they're a couple players down, and without Uber, they're going to dry push this, it looks like.
And Pyro Squirrel finishes off that sentry gun, opening it up a little bit. Scout in on the medic, but unable to convert as Cole just says, get out of here, and gives him the sign.
Yeah, Mori starts backing up. They had thrown a level 1 on the point, but it got taken out in 2 quick rockets by Dreadnought, who is now spamming into the lobby on the Pyro B-Red. It looks like Red is going to have to give them this point for free. They can't contest this.
Yeah, and they're also sitting at a 30% disadvantage. If Wartortle Warriors has been conscious, they should know they have this and push in quickly. They have the numbers advantage right now, and they know that the spy is not up.
Yeah, they have right now. Stickies were deaded on Shutter, and they looked like they were going to start pushing in through that way. Might be considering a different round about way to go in right now. Cole looked like he was trying to get his medic to come into the lobby with him. Maybe a little bit of a miscommunication. But right now, they've thrown away that Uber advantage, and it's even numbers right now. A little bit of a fight going on in the lobby. Spam, a little bit of a bullet flying out. And lobby has now been cleared of any red players. They take out Capsize with a quick little sticky. That might give them the 1-player advantage that they need to get confident and push in here.
Skis actually goes down as well to board. Nice shot, just peeking through there, trying to get a shot onto the medic. Trying to drop that Uber, but he is going to pop in time as Ubers are exchanged here on the last point.
You're taking out the 2 explosive classes. That's what they needed before they started getting in here. And looks like players are coming in on all sides. Level 3 Wrangle, sentry on the rollout, but it's out of ammo. That's going to really put a hamper on their play right here. But they still have one up in super secret. Dreadnought spamming down some rockets. Barely alive right now, but turning a bunch of heads. They can capitalize on this. They were down some players. Pyro Squirrel on the point, turning even more heads. Has some heals to play off of. They need to get the rest of their players in here or get out now. And looks like they got out now.
So close. That sentry had the point covered, but it is finally taken down by Capsize. And Triton, good work, just denying the point there from Memento Mori.
Looked like they were even thinking about recommitting to this. Heavy was pushing into lobby. Looks like Evan might be going for a bit of a back cap, but B-Red quite wisely standing on that last point as Pyro.
Yeah, it's past the point of really backcapping right now. They've had the time to get their spawns back up, and they're just going to re-situate themselves on this last point.
Surprisingly, Mori didn't push out a whole lot there. Maybe they really wanted to wait until they got their spawns up, make sure everything was absolutely safe. But it's going to be just about even. Uber's about 10%, 15% advantage difference. So I'm guessing we're going to see another good push by Mori. Let's see if they can work out the kinks this time and actually push it all the way through.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad push. They had a pretty nice force on the red team that had a much better Uber, but just couldn't get that sentry in time, and it did a lot of damage. A lot of players going down to, you know, under half health, just not able to get on the point. And a nice effort there by Pyro Squirrel, but in the end, not enough. Barely misses the cap. We'll see if they can recommit and take it after this.
Wartortle Warriors sitting on 100% right now. A couple players peeking through choke, putting some spam out while their combos rotating far right on the lobby. Or maybe that's just Cole kind of separated from the combo a bit there. Drawing some players into lobby. Gets a great backstab off of a heavy by Evan here. It's going to be 1 or 2 picks, but they're retaliating with their own big shot from Bagel onto Cole as their heavy goes down as well.
Way to capitalize on Boar going down, giving Bagel a little bit of extra space and time to really convert on those big shots onto those power classes like Demo.
Even Uber's right now, both teams holding somewhat near Shutter. It looks to me like Red might be angling to push out themselves. Capsize going out on the rollout, trying to get some damage on that sentry with that direct hit, but that's not going to be what he wants right now. Gets chewed up by the heavy and backed up by Eerie Person. Meanwhile, combo still holding left side by Wartortle Warriors. And rotating to the right again. I think lobby is going to be their next push from the way they've been trying to pull more and more players over that.
Evan trying to get in, but just very quickly spotted out and forced out from this red defense. Doing an excellent job of making sure to cover all the entrances, making sure that that lobby isn't going to get too overrun by Wartortle Warriors.
Also, Wartortle Warriors doing a great job putting out a lot of damage. Their heals have been way better as far as overheals and buffs go compared to Mori, who's been constantly kind of low health, which has got them kind of on their toes. I'm guessing that's why they don't want to push out until right now as they move in to take lobby. 3 players going down on either side. Both Ubers come out from both teams, and they both hastily retreat with their medic combos. And understandably so, Abwood gone down to somewhere around 80 HP right there before he got a sandwich thrown to him. But Blue back here committed onto the same push. Wrangled sentry up on Blue, trying to take out that sentry on Red. With 4 players, 5 players down, now they just got spawns and it was not enough. That's going to tie it up. That was a decent round. 3 or 4 pushes back and forth. Definitely snipers, the ones to watch on this map.
Yeah, I'm waiting for one of these snipers to really go huge, get that game-changing play that we talked about earlier, but right now they're getting picks here and there. Bagel had a pretty nice spree that round. Bora had a couple nice shots onto the combo, but right now neither going huge like we really expect from these Plat snipers.
Skis was a little slow to mid right there, allowing Blue team to get a little bit better positioning. Attempted bomb came in, but nothing of it. No picks on either team. Blue did lose their NG over there on the Wartortle Warriors, and it looks like they've got a lot of damage on them, and they're backing out through sewer right now, giving Mori the point as they try to get a nice hold built up on second. They still don't have their engineer up. 3 more seconds until that happens. This is not like it's going to go well for them.
Yeah, a nice demonstration of just controlling the point there by MM, just being very aggressive with the positioning. Uber forced out of Fiddler right now, and they are just caught in trying to get a bomb from Dreadnought, but he is going to get forced out as well.
A little bit of a putting to this point might be an overcommitment. Cole comes out a rollout trying to spam some damage. They might just be trying to get their players back safely because their medic down to no health at this point as he goes down. They're going to lose their heavy as well right now, and that's going to be a guaranteed red capture. They got to get some spawns up. Looks like most are on a 17-second cycle right now, so we could see a dry push in the last from Mori at this point.
Yeah, Game Master, though, with that level 3 sentry, trying to just keep it up. He is going to go down, though, so no engineer. The sentry is all on its lonesome. This would be the time to push. They have huge numbers advantage. Cole trying to get in on them does take down Skis.
Their peak and shutter still about 2 seconds away from Uber. Would not be surprised to see him into a solo scout Uber into last. What is this even? I don't know. They get a flash over to the engineer, but they do not have the right players in the right spot to make anything work off of this.
Yeah, so, I mean, maybe a good idea, but just no one else to come and follow through. Trying to get that pressure on the medic, but he is on quick fix, and he is nearly at 100%.
Well, quick fix, a little bit of a change-up right here. Maybe wanted to secure that heal advantage that I was talking about a little earlier.
Fiddler actually goes down, pops that quick fix Uber, but it is not enough. Gets destroyed by Capsize coming through that choke.
I would not run quick fix on this map. It is just not the map for it, with all the tie always and spams that are going to come out in the unsafe positions for medic on this map. And as you can see, did not work out for him there. They're going to be backed up, hopefully going to be switched back to the medigun. It looks like they have indeed switched back to medigun. They're going to need that to get out of this.
Yeah, and Memento Mori coming in right now, trying to get pushed off, but doing a nice job of just maintaining point presence and taking that round.
They gotta hand that to B-Red, the Pyro, over for Memento Mori. They had a lot of players up on both teams, but a quick little air blast and an amazingly strong presence, like initial presence, getting a lot of cap time. That quick air blast secured that for him. Cole, amazingly quick to mid right now. Skis has been botching that rollout every single time, it looks like. Allowing Cole to get some nice sticky damage out early.
Cole with some nice positioning, but really the rest of his team not quite capitalizing as well as they did in that second round. Capsize trying to get that bomb over the top, but a mini sentry from Game Master is going to deny him very hard.
Good positioning by Red there for a moment. They needed to sense their weakness. Just a couple seconds earlier they had started to withdraw, but only person to get out was AP. That might have spoken too soon as he gets sussed out by Boar with an amazing headshot, which may not have even been what they needed because they had a bomb on top of him as he tried to get out through sewer, which is not the safest of routes. It's going to give them mid with a solo cap right now. They have a lot of pressure on blue. They're just waiting for this cap to be finished. They need to get some more bodies on that middle point, make sure they get the second cap even faster, and try and slow down a counter push out from Mori.
Yeah, right now they have that 100%. They really just want to push into last once they get their whole team together. Can't really afford to have a whole lot of frags on behalf of Memento Mori if Wartortle Warriors want to commit on this push.
Yeah, nice 80% advantage for Wartortle right now. Starting to peek into lobby, but there's a nice strong presence from Memento Mori as they build up their players in the right areas and start heading into lobby, it looks like.
Right now just trying to get themselves set up for a push. They have that Uber advantage. They can't let it waste away. Evan goes down, so no spy for the blue team. However, they are still at a huge Uber advantage, and they need to start moving if they want to convert on this.
Memento Mori staying very, very smart position-wise. And just putting out a couple little pot shots, getting a nice little meat shot, backing Cole up before they got any sort of real aggression into that lobby, made Wartortle Warriors back up immediately.
This was just really sloppy play by Wartortle Warriors, losing almost an 80% Uber advantage. I don't know what really happened there. Lack of capping mid combined with just a lack of aggression. And right now they're just evened up, so they have to wait for some sort of other advantage to push into last.
And that waiting has looked like it's going to cost them. They've lost 2 players. And Red's starting to poke out a little bit here, but as soon as Ski shows his head on rollout, gets popped off by Big Boar, who is going absolutely huge this game. Boar creeping in through Shutter, gets another shot on the B-Red Pyro. That looks like, to me, that has to be enough. They have to come through right now, and they do. They force out the Red Uber just a little bit earlier than there. It's Fiddler in here with Cole, looking a little confused as Fiddler looks for somebody to flash. Evan looks like he's going back to try and get that sentry taken care of. Definitely distracting it, but not putting out any damage, but they are all rotating onto Super Secret right now. Dreadnought throwing down some rockets on this Wrangled Sentry, but there is a presence on the point that nobody is contesting. As I say that, Scout Heavy get in there, just barely saving it. And Boar trying to get some headshots right now from rollout, dealing some damage, but nobody there to clean up on it.
Yeah, really nothing to take care of that sentry gun, and it just pressured too many people off the point, combined with some nice counter pushing from the Scout, and Heavy, as you mentioned, just completely wiped the point of all of Wartortle Warriors.
I gotta hand it to Memento Mori. They do know how to play defensively, and they were definitely protecting that their NG's sentry because they know how much they need it right now. But as Eerie person pulls out into like put some pressure on second, immediately gets popped in the head, and that's gonna put like they have a great Uber advantage. So they shouldn't have been peeking out a whole lot right there, but right now, Memento Mori starting to peek back into lobby. Why are they peeking pretty hard here? 50% Uber disadvantage. He goes down to a big direct hit off of that pipe bomb. This is going to give Wartortle the advantage once more.
Great play by Cole to take out the red medic there, really freeing up some space for his team. So we are going to see Pyro Squall get in, causing a lot of distractions here. Uber popped from blue team. They need to get some cap time here. They are cleaning up the necessary frags, and it does look like they're going to convert here.
That they do, bringing these rounds to 2-2 by both teams. Mori had a great little defense there for quite some time, but could not hold it out there once they lost their heals.
And again, we're once again tied up as Wartortle Warriors taking a nice round there. Cole flubs his rollout a little bit, but I don't think Skis is very quick either, so we are going to see... Oh, I am corrected. Skis actually does it quite well that time and gets a nice advantage, but is pressured out quickly by B-Red.
B-Red going down. Big bomb right now, coming in from cap side, but couldn't get much damage put out other than a little bit on the medic. They need to clean up that damage right now. Sandwich gets eaten by Fiddler. It's going to heal him up, and they're going to play heals wisely. Going in big, Evan, first big play of his night tonight, getting a nice double pick there on choke as they all were forced back into that play. That was dangerous.
Yeah, excellent job picking up those two huge kills. That's really going to open this up, and it's looking like a faster round as they are pushing into the second with 100% advantage. They really need to not make the same mistakes that that they did last time, and burn that Uber advantage.
Yeah, they have all the right players there. Uber comes out a little bit early, but they want to get those flashes out. The damage starts piling out on the choke. Dreadnought putting a little captain to turn some heads. Their heavy is pumping out some damage right now. There's no sentry up for Memento Mori. A couple players coming in through Shutter, getting some more cleanups on this damage. It looks like this could be theirs if they can just play heals and do this wisely. Dreadnoughts wisely spawn camping right now. Pyro air blasting everyone off of the point. Evan going in for some spy time. It's just him and Boar up right now. They are not going to get this. Although Boar is staying in committed, maybe wants to get that medic pick, but can't quite suss out where he's hiding, and he gets taken out by Alder. Oof.
And a nice attempt there, very nicely done to kind of, salvage something from that push, but in the end, not enough. As Memento Mori once again demonstrates their ability to defend that point and commit players to stopping the cap time. Excellent job paying attention to the objective rather than just frags.
Mm-hmm. It just goes to show that a good defense can go a long way, because that was one of Wartortle Warriors' better pushes, I'd say. Much more coordinated, all the right players around them. I think they just flashed a bit too much, but right now they're kind of dry pushing in here. For whatever reason, I do not know. They lose their medic at about 80%, and Memento Mori already had a great advantage. They're just bleeding players one after the other right now. There's 5 seconds left on the server.
Making sure to keep an eye on that timer. They just wanted one last push. They knew they couldn't push it back all the way to their last, so a nice try by Memento Mori, but in the end, not enough.
Definitely, and like seeing those players kind of go absolutely ham, just balls to the wall, trying to make anything happen at the last second there. When I saw all the players piling, I'm like, it has to be close to round time. It just hasn't really felt like it, this process. We've had definitely a couple stalemates there, but as well as that, we've had two really fast rounds. 1.5 minutes on that very first push.
It's been a very exciting 30 minutes. I can feel the time. I'm not going to say it's been a fast game, but it has at least been entertaining.
That is very true. Very evenly matched here. Not too many big names on either of these teams that I can say that I know, but really some people look out to make some names for themselves. Big plays by Boar. Bagel had a few really good shots, but that's a sniper-heavy map, so it's going to happen. But B-Red, really great positional awareness. Same with the Pyro over on Wartortle Warriors. But I gotta say, Evan had great positional awareness, knew how to take advantage of players backing out and who aren't going to be looking behind them as they're backing up. So nice spy, kind of up and coming right there.
Yeah, I'm going to check out the stat line, see how it looks right now. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like it is up yet. So we don't really have a clue of what's going on. But just from what we're seeing, I really agree with you. Boar having some nice shots on a sniper-friendly map. Evan making some good plays. Triton definitely not underperforming. I think he just hasn't been kind of a fancy playmaker. I did get a couple key stabs there that loosened up the defense for him. So right now, though, it looks to me, I don't have the stats, like the heavies are getting a ton of heals on these teams, maybe making it a little bit harder for their demo men to play aggressive. But again, without stats, can't confirm. Just speculation.
I'd agree with that observation, definitely. It looked like Cole was definitely playing away from the combo a lot, despite trying to get some of the medic's attention in quite a few places. But one player I got to shout out to was the Wartortle Warriors. Dreadnought had some of the really nice pressured bombs at the very first medic pick of the game as well. And I want to see him going absolutely huge in the next half. Both soldiers on the mids, every single rollout, were going for a good bomb, but there are just too many bodies there kind of protecting the medics. So I gotta say shout outs to the scouts and the pyros for keeping a watch on the medics' backs there.
I'm trying to check out the sizzling stats because I've been told they're up. So here we are, and they are up. So right now let's check out the frags. Leading the way is Boar with 28, and Spooks and Sirius doing a nice job at 26 as well. So, yeah, gonna have to say stop using sizzling stats, but other than that, good work by Boar and Spook and Sirius. I feel like that's a Halloween name of somebody that I don't know, so.
I'd imagine so. It's coming to that time of the year now. Always celebrating early when it comes to Valve time. Hoping to see some items or maps or some sort of possible update invasion. We shall see. In the meantime, these players are kind of warming up now, getting on their respectable teams, and I'm just waiting for them to go ready up.
All right, so I've been told to talk about Bagel doing a pretty mediocre job. I mean, that's not an insult. It's just, putting out decent damage, 200 DPM, or excuse me, yeah, 200 DPM, 20, 10, and 11, so...
I had seen Bagel hyping himself up in the Twitch chat pregame, and I think a little bit in the STV chat there, so I was expecting to see big things from him. Goes to show you shouldn't toot your own horn too early.
I mean, I'm seeing some things in the chat. I mean, I agree Game Master is killing the game with those level 3s. I gotta agree with my boys in chat. I don't like to see them, but I get, do what you have to win.
Definitely.
Even if it is a fun season.
Yeah, expected to see some more of the Jag Mini Century strat on this map. Hopefully get some more of those faster rounds out, but doesn't look like these two NGs are going to go that way. Fiddler changing their name to Plat Medic. Good old alias right there. Fiddler, and actually talking about the medics a little bit, Fiddler and AP, they had I don't have the stats in front of me, but it didn't look like they were going down too often. AP had a much better capable survivability, I'd say.
Yeah, AP only going down 6 times to Fiddler's 10.
Oh, not bad at all.
Yeah, I'm checking out the heals received, and yeah, no, I was incorrect. Demo Man both getting more than their heavies. So no, not a bad job by the medic. Looks like Dreadnought also getting a lot of heals. Alder getting a lot of heals, doing some work with them. But we'll see if any big changes are made in the second half. Maybe capitalize more on the aggression that we saw in the second part of that from Wartortle Warriors.
What do you think about that quick fix play we saw?
I'd say it was a terrible play.
I would completely agree with you there. It's nice to see people switch up the metaguns every now and then, but when you're holding last, you absolutely need that metagun. Like, you can't do without it, because you have to come out, you have to destroy that sentry. And if you maybe were on second, I could possibly see it. Maybe Kritzkrieg, if you know you're at a disadvantage, which they knew they were, but Quick Fix is not going to save you in a disadvantage.
And we are 9-9 in the server, and we're going live. Excellent timing. Finish that up. Hoping not to see the Quick Fix in a situation like that again, but we are going to see Cole try and roll out. Flubs it a little bit, but is going to roll out behind Big Rock here and try and get some pressure onto IT.
Skis, of really early.
Also flubbing his rollout, so we'll see if they can get it in the second part of this game.
Much more wiser rotations from both teams playing their own crates, which is something a little bit different than we had seen from the earlier rounds. Big bomb in from cap side. Gets some damage out, but only managed to cinch out the NG and get some damage going out. Cole, really low right there, tanking some heals from his medic. They need to back up now or they could lose all of... Oh, wow, I eat my words as some huge stickies come out from Cole. That tanking that heal definitely saved them right there. It looked like they were absolutely going down. They were so chewed up, but Cole, absolutely impressing me. I eat my hat, sir.
Yep, and a nice wipe there from team. They all switched and none of them tagged up. I believe that is Wartortle Warriors. So good work converting on that and keeping up the pressure to take this second point.
Absolutely, very early pressure on that second point as well. But looks like Memento Mori not going to have any of it. Already coming out, capsize, going for a huge bomb, gets a direct on the soldier, but can't get anything else out of it. Medic backs up safely as it looks like he took a body shot. It's Fiddler there, back into choke, staying a little healthy, narrowly avoiding a flare which could have cost them dearly as they move on to the second point. Gong going in to take a peek at lobby, get them some intel, and suss out Bagel, who's looking to make a name for himself as he did just get a pick on Boar. So with this lack of Boar, it's going to be a little more difficult kind of putting some pressure on there, but they are going to because they know they have advantage. They go into rollout. Look, where's the pop? The pop did not come out, so they went down, and they lose 3 of their players, and they are forced to back up out of this rollout.
Not gonna lie, I'm a little sad. I was hoping that was gonna be around there, but
I thought it was.
A drop from, I believe that is Fiddler there. Plat medic going down.
Might want to change their name back at this point. And I had a big bomb in there by Skis to back them up even further out of choke. Quickly capping second. Now they're going to have full advantage. They need to just pile this in. And it looks like they are sending some players through IT in a really early pop. Looks like it may have been forced by Gong, who had snuck up behind. But questionable Uber gets separated from Skis. That's going to completely ruin this push right here as they back up through choke. Capsize knowingly getting back with this medic to protect him.
Skis dropping the 7 sticks line in chat. Don't know if that's a reference to the med drop or not, but it does look like they are going to try and push out a sewer here and get a little bit of pressure. Boar doing an excellent job of just kind of bottlenecking them in that choke.
Yeah, it's a good time for it. They do have a slight advantage. They're building as they go. Oh, looks like Black Medic Fiddler here might be overextending a little, taking a lot of damage, down to somewhere like 70 health right there, and staying in front of his heavy. This is just, I got a questionable medic plays here. But they do get the second point, and Memento Mori does back up to get a nice secure defense, I'm guessing.
Yeah, and we're sitting here at a little bit of an advantage, not enough to capitalize on. So unfortunately, we are going to be stuck in that Uber v Uber situation. Very hard to take advantage of. Bagel takes down Dreadnought. No soldier for red team.
Let's see if it's going to be enough for him to push in here by Memento Mori, or sorry, by Wartortle Warriors.
Both snipers just eyeing each other up, looking for a shot to kind of open it up for them. 2 frags going in the favor of Wartortle Warrior. And Boar gets a collateral on Alder, as well as Triton, both of them going down there. And a nice roll, a nice pick from Boar.
Yeah, only being the spy and the scout going down, though, not giving them enough confidence to really move out here. Bagel getting a couple more picks right here. Big Boar going down, so Bagel absolutely warming up. And they start to push out onto rollout with no real positional awareness over on Shutter. Surprised nobody's taking advantage of that yet. They have a couple players angling to get in lobby right here. Sending Triton behind, gets caught out with a giant rocket by Dreadnought there.
Yeah, and again, we're just kind of waiting for that big play to happen on one end or the other. But right now, just kind of sitting in this limbo. Both teams sitting on 100% Uber. Bagel takes down Boar again.
It's 3 times in a row.
He's heard us call him mediocre, and he's stepping his game up here in the second half.
Just more posturing right. Blue starting to peek out. They get Triton out of lobby. Just go turn some heads behind maybe, but just Bagel watching down lobby. Nobody really peeking out Shutter. Nobody throwing out any sort of damage out of rollout. They are playing really defensively right now, and possibly too much so, especially with as many picks as they're getting.
Yeah, and again, both teams just sitting there with their level 3 sentries. Oh, excuse me, looks like we are seeing a switch to minis for blue team, maybe hoping for a more aggressive playstyle, but Game Master perfectly content with sitting and tending to his level 3.
It looks like it. Triton did get caught out immediately as he tried to shut down that Looked like he was going for the sniper there, which is kind of a surprise as Boar has kind of held that down. Or sorry, Bagel has held that down. A little bit of pressure coming in from Dreadnought here, trying to get some intel, but once again, nobody has actually peeked Shutter for the past minute and a half. I'm quite surprised by this.
Yeah, I'm hoping that some act of God frees us from this stalemate. There's just so many things you could say about stalemate on last on process. Hopefully we can get a little bit more motion here. Looks like Wartortle Warriors trying to push into that right side, but as of yet, very unsuccessful.
They did back up Bagel from his sniper position, but immediately went back out of lower lobby for whatever reason. Looks like Boar does go down. The picks that are happening right now aren't the ones they need. Okay, now we have some picks. Memento Mori losing their heavy and their soldier. That's gotta give Red the confidence to get in here. They have full Uber. Medic has been called by Cole. Uber's not been popped yet nearly. I was afraid for another drop right there as he was standing on top of a couple stickies, looking for anybody to flash right now. Sentry comes in by Game Master, but it goes down immediately. But as people start over-positioning into lobby, a little bit of time gets put on the point, but it's not going to be enough.
And another flub push there from Red as Blue just kind of cleans up some frags and pushes them off the point.
And they have retreated all the way back. Getting a little... Oh! Boar is getting pressured so hard. Took out Bagel and Alder was on top of him. Quick scope. Took a bullet to the head. Wow. Absolutely great shot right there.
Frags coming in from both sides, but as of yet, very unsuccessful in kind of making progress in either direction. Blue too scared to leave that last point, knowing that it is tied up right now. And Red team just unable to kind of push into that last. Triton taken down by a rocket when he's trying to get in. I think that's actually a dead ringer though.
Could be. Looks like people finally have made their way over to Shutter. Eerie Person was coming to peek out as Heavy. Met a nice combo right there from both the Heavy and the other team and Cole. As they see them, they decide to rotate around the lobby, get some damage out. Memento Mori right now, full Uber. Just a very slight advantage, about 20%. Boar gets a big pick on skis. That could definitely help them out, as they are not going to get pushed out minus their demo and Heavy right now. Oh god, as on top of that, Boar getting yet another pick. Red's got to go in on this. And yeah, they do.
The Ubers pop from both teams.
Damage flying around, and Red immediately backing up. They got a couple of picks, so they back up into lobby off of it. Game Master takes a sentry in through Shutter and sets it up, but it goes down absolutely immediately. Blue's going to have some spawns up soon, and it's going to be back to that old game of stalemate at last.
I mean, if I had a dime for every flubbed push, I'd probably have like 6 dimes.
We're working our way up to a key this process.
Yeah, I mean, we might be able to afford like a smaller hat.
I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna get a Dashner craft at the end of this, hopefully. Anyways, looks like Memento Mori finally gets the confidence, comes out, big bomb out by Capsize, onto the Heavy, gets juggled up in the air, finishes him off before he goes down. And they need to get on this point right now, get a nice height position, and take advantage of this now, and they do. Medic hiding up, narrowly avoids a headshot by Boar. Nice Machina laser going right over his shoulder there. Skis kind of, oh no, sorry, Cole staying in there, getting some damage out to try and back them up, but it's even Ubers now, so Choke has, seems to be the new place to be right now.
And we have relocated our stalemate from last to second point. So hopefully this will kind of shake teams up. And you know, this is just one of the problems with this map on Highlander. It's just so hard to have a game that goes quickly. You just get stuck in this repetitive stalemate cycle as Bagel takes down straight from Iron BNR reprise. Gotta love it when people rename themselves in the middle of the game.
Love it indeed. And Blue had started to move out. Even when they were 3 players down, they had some damage out. But Uber gets popped as they back up the choke for a little bit of safety. They're milking this Uber on both sides here. Nobody really being the aggressor, as Blue does not have their soldier nearby to heal up for a bomb. But as I say that, he jumps in from IT, gets a little bit of overheal now, and some players start backing up from Warrior of the Wartortles.
And Ski's taken down by the sentry gun. I don't know what the plan was there. He ran out of all of his ammo. There it is. Capsized with a nice rocket onto Fiddler. making sure to get that advantage for his team as AP is very low.
4 HP, but AP knows how to survive. Gotta hand it to him. Finally finds a safe right out. Oh, runs into Evan, who gets a nice body shot. Finishing that up, that's going to give the slightest of advantages to Wartortle Warriors.
And now we've relocated to mid. We're taking about 2 minutes for every point. So at this rate, we might have a whole nother 1.5 rounds.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. As we have even rounds on the last half, and even rounds here, who is your team to pick?
Well, I have to say it's very hard to pick Game Master to lose because he's very, very good at turtling. So I think it's going to be very difficult for either of these teams to take a point in that direction. But at the same time, Memento Mori has now defeated at least 5 to 6 pushes, so they've definitely got something figured out. I'm thinking we're in for a little bit more of a stalemate before I can even make a decision. Hopefully, Boar and Bagel keep this up and loosen up the defenses with some more big picks.
I'm hoping the same right now. We get a couple players going down. Memento Mori cleaning up. Big bomb coming in here. Strangely from Cole, I guess he was looking for the medic. Could not quite locate him before he was dead before his feet hit the ground. That's going to give Memento Mori the advantage. They get mid, already moving on to second. There is no sentry set up, so I'm guessing we're gonna turn the tables here and have a nice stalemate at last. We'll see.
Yeah, and AP doing a nice job getting on that point, making sure to get the pressure on and hopefully move right in as they have that 100% advantage and not make the same mistake they've made a couple of times now.
Looks like they are trying to figure out which door they want to go in. Medic looking a little bit confused as they start peeking in through lobby here. Nice 60% advantage, so if they get the players in the right spot, they can definitely do something with this, but immediately they decide to wrap around and go in through rollout instead. A couple picks coming out. Big shots by Alder here, who led the Uber in. Spawn camping the door a little bit, but nobody really getting a lot of damage put out. B-Red wraps around Secret to try and distract this sentry, going to go down immediately. And Memento Mori is just going to lose some players here, and AP wisely getting back, leaving Alder in the fray.
And another flubbed push there. They had that huge Uber advantage, but now we're seeing it turn the other direction. Wartortle Warriors approaching that 100% mark. All their players up, definitely going to make a nice counter push. And we are going to see AP and the rest of the MM gang roll back to mid.
Kind of surprising. I thought they could have hold that, especially as defensively as they're playing, but I guess they could not get the spawns up in time. Good to see the Wartortle Warriors taking some initiative and really putting some pressure out there. A little bit of an early Uber there. I didn't see Fiddler take any damage. That's one thing that's been happening a lot. In the chaos of playing like Highlander on this map, we see a lot of really early pops by either medic.
Yeah, right now both medics being popped very early, not really getting the best Ubers for these pushes, so not making it any easier on their team. But I gotta say, I don't think that that's where I would place the blame. I think that both medics are playing fairly well, doing a nice job of avoiding these snipers who are heating up right now.
Definitely.
So, I mean, I have to say that it just comes down to coordination. They need to all go in and get on the point. They're getting separated, chasing frags, and just not really getting the pressure on the point they need.
Yeah, right now, Memento Mori starting to push in through sewer. And Wartortle Warriors have lost a lot of players there, but a very well-placed level 3 sentry being wrangled on the top of that cliff. I think it's a soapbox or something right there. And really held them off from that push for a good 20 seconds, but they are on it now, recapturing that second point with basically no advantage now. It was negligible before, but it is even Ubers now. Let's see what they do with Memento Mori kind of angling towards the left side while Wartortle Warriors trying to take over this lobby. Watching red heavy combo coming out right now. Uber's going to be popped on him and can't find anybody. Chasing away a couple players, gets capsized. Devin Alder cleaning that one up, and they are out on this right now. They are taking the second point. Led 4 players there by Memento Mori, which is a little bit surprised. They were playing a little bit more wisely at the beginning there. But they just got caught out by that Uber. That was a good aggressive push in the lobby. They knew they didn't want to sit on last, especially with 15 minutes gone by without a round captured this half.
Yeah, and we're still, it's been a longer round, but there has been a little bit more back and forth this game, or this round, rather. God, I can't even talk, I'm so wrapped up in this stalematy goodness. And MM trying to get more aggressive through choke. Cole actually going down there, so a little bit of room. A nice bomb in from Capsize, but completely stuffed by, I believe that's Eerie Person.
Yeah, the Game Master has gone down, and Blue knows it, so they are piling into this second once again. Getting a couple picks on their way. Wartortle Warriors backing up to get safe. Dead even Ubers to the digit. So, back to this again. And as I asked you earlier, what was your pick? I'm going to have to go with my pick being Memento Mori. They know how to play defense just a little bit better than Wartortle Warriors, and if we've learned anything from Pokemon, you never pick Squirtle.
Yeah, dude, that's the worst pick. You get that first gym easy, but after that, you just have a turtle instead of like some sort of fire-breathing thing or a living plant. So, overall, definitely the most boring of starter Pokemon.
See, players starting to posture. Nice little pressure coming out of rollout here. Oh, Stickies just barely blast those two in, nearly taking their life. Dreadnought and Pyro Squirrel trying to get some pressure to come out. Instead, ooh, get a bit of a cleanup. Comes a Pyro Squirrel going down. They are pressuring in right now. Memento Mori coming, into Shudder, only to take giant double kill body shots from Gong, who is starting to warm up here himself. The Scout's really starting to clean up on that damage. Both Ubers get popped here on the last. Bit of a surprise right there. I thought that Memento Mori would get a little back as they had lost some players, but Ubers come out, and then Wartortle Warriors get kind of back into their shell.
Yeah, using withdrawal back onto that last point, you know it's been a long game when we are descending into the Pokemon puns. And we're here for those of you just joining us. It is 12 minutes left in the second half. We are tied up right now, 2-2. Memento Mori looking to try and get that that third and final cap, or not final, excuse me, third cap to take the lead here. But as of right now, still unable to make the plays. And Blue Angie looking like he has a shot at the medic, going in on him, trying to make it happen.
Can he do it? He can! Great fist right there from Sales Savvy. Very interesting play, because he was one of the only people left in on that point. Evan was trying to bother him, but he let that spy go and chase down that medic, which is going to give them great advantage Uber-wise, but player advantage-wise, they are all backed into choke with 5 players down. So they're going to have to regroup and push right back in as Wartortle Warriors get their point back.
Yeah, and Wartortle Warriors, nice work kind of just recapturing that excellent work by, I believe that was Sales Savvy to get the pick there. So it definitely loosened it up, and AP sitting on 100% advantage, but they want to use this to push last, but it looks like they're going to be stuck using it to push second. Game Master once again throwing up that level 3 Sentry in just the most cancerous spot imaginable.
It's so hard to push against that, and it's really got the eye. Memento Mori, every time they've tried to push in on it, they go into sewer and they just try and get Boar and like rockets on it while they get Cole from underneath, and it's just difficult because you can't focus on the players, and as long as they defend it, which, like, well, Memento Mori are very good at it, but they've been doing a great job over there in Wartortle Warriors as well. But everyone's piling into sewers right now. I've not seen too many successful pushes out on the second from here. As I say that, as soon as they open the door, Eerie Person gets a bullet right in the head, so they're going to be down a heavy. They're going to draw out of sewers, go right back to choke.
Sorry for my silence there, I was busy sneezing. But overall, right now, Wartortle Warriors doing a nice job of just closing up all the gaps, leaving IT a little bit open. Doesn't look like Memento Mori is going to take advantage of that. Looks like they're content just sitting on mid.
They have backed up, which is not what we want to see right now. 10 minutes left in this round. We need to see some action go.
Yeah, I mean, the time is ticking away. These teams need to realize that they're just... I mean, the second half is nearly over. We're already 2/3 of the way through. 10 minutes left. It's time to start getting a little more ballsy.
So as we say that, a little bit of a peek in there from Wartortle Warriors. Gets a giant rocket to the face and immediately gets backed out. They're looking like they're angling for another one of these sewer pushes. Eerie Person getting some damage out as they start looking at that sentry up there. Bagel getting a shot on board. It's going to definitely loosen things up. Going to allow their heavy classes to really get in there, start chipping away at some players. Maybe go after that sentry. As I say that, Wartortle Warriors up and Uber themselves. As both Ubers come out of both teams, they were peeking into choke and the shit just went down.
Now, I'm going to have to ask Chad on this. I haven't really been in this situation enough myself. If we run out of time, I do not know the time for overtime and what the rules are for that. So I believe that they have like an additional time that they can cap, and then after that it's whoever has mid, but I think we're still like 20 minutes away from that.
Yeah. And 9 minutes away from that.
9 minutes away from
moving. They got a bunch of picks while we were curious about that. And Memento Mori, they got that second point. They have they had a decent window right there to maybe potentially dry push, but they're gonna have a nice Uber advantage. Gonna sit back, regroup, take over lobby right now. Skis throwing out some stickies from right side of lobby, and Alder putting out a little bit of damage as well, taking out the heavy from Wartortle Warrior. Uber is now called, not even masked. They're taking skis in solo demo over here. This is what I like to see. A little bit of a flash for Alder. It looks like they were trying to go for that, but they take out that sentry gun. Game Master sentry down. This is definitely the moment we've been waiting for. Can they capitalize on players dropping like flies on Wartortle Warriors, and Memento Mori take the first round of this half, putting themselves in the lead.
Nice work just focusing on the point there, making sure that they got the frags, but they also got the objective, something that they just haven't been able to do, especially in the second half. Excellent job by Memento Mori finishing that one up and taking the lead 3-2.
Cole with the flawless rollout here. Let's see if he can get this stick to do any damage. Just a little bit of damage out there onto Skis, who looks like he might have had his pack. Yeah, his pack was denied, so that's going to make it a little easier there for Wartortle Warriors. They start putting a little bit of damage. Lose the engineer over there, Memento Mori. Oh, big edge shot coming out onto Boar right there. That's definitely going to turn tides the other way.
Right now, frags coming in on both sides. Very even right now as Cole is still up, trying to get the pressure onto Bagel.
Great defense there on Wartortle Warrior. They double picks going, or double attempt by Alder and I think it was the Spy Triton as they both collapse in the medic at the exact same time, but Cole getting some direct pipes, some quick sticky to defend that medic. Really good play, probably won them that mid.
Yeah, nice work just fighting that all the way through to the end. Good continual pressure and making sure to follow up on the damage from their teammates. And looks like Wartortle Warriors trying to tie this game up with 7 minutes remaining.
They could definitely do so. Boar being very brave, pushing up through choke before he gets chased out by the blue scout there, Alder. And Wartortle Warriors starting to push in through sewers. This has not worked out for him too well before, but maybe the tides will turn this time. A little bit of posturing. They get out of sewer right now. Nobody really doing a whole lot on the IT side, except just as I say that, Alder and Capsize look like they're going to come out, try and find some picks now. Waiting for that bomb in from Capsize. Alder putting some damage out onto Boar. Gets the Boar pick. That's going to definitely ease things out. 8 players coming in from choke by Memento Mori. They're definitely backing up the Wartortle Warriors here. Uber comes out for both teams now, force that out from Wartortle Warriors, and then back themselves up, putting a little bit of damage from a nice bomb there by the Red Soldier.
With the pace of this game, I'm really not surprised that Memento Mori is just forcing out Ubers and stalling this game out. I mean, 6 minutes seems like a long time, but with how many caps there have been and just how many opportunities, I'm really wouldn't be surprised if this game ends at a 3-2.
I'm guessing the same thing at this point. I'm hoping we see a little bit more action at this point. We had a nice little play right there. Evan actually made sure that they didn't immediately recapture the middle point by getting 2 or 3 players to come back and suss out that spy, like back cap, so to speak. But right now, about even players spawns just came up for both teams, and we're going to see a bit of a tussle over middle right now.
Looks like Boar is trying to make something happen when those people are trying to cap the point, but as of right now, it looks like he is going to have to fall back and just sit back there, watch and choke.
Yeah, they had some players committed, but they just knew they didn't have the early enough spawns to get up there in time, which is very wise from Wartortle Warriors. Looks like they've got a good hold right now. Oh, Spy getting some butter knives on the Fiddler right there. I think Fiddler actually got a saw on him as well. It's going to give him a slight Uber advantage just by about 10%. Not enough to really do a whole lot with as both teams start posturing around blue. Boar with another big pick on AP. Oh, but then again, just as I say that, and the Fiddler goes down, so any sort of advantage is now thrown out the window as both teams are going to have to wait to get their medics up.
Both teams just rolling in here on their last leg, under 5 minutes to go. Eerie goes down as well. Nice play by Bagel, just crippling the combo even more. Bagel takes out Bora as well. That's another key pick as time is ticking down.
Yeah, I want to see Memento Mori get in on this. They have nice 4 picks right there. Decent positioning, but I guess then again you gotta wait for your heals to get up, gotta wait for those buffs, and you gotta take out that horribly, I guess not horribly, it's a great place, but horrible to fight against Sentry by Game Master.
I think we can call it Cancer at this point. I mean, we've had 2 halves of dealing with it.
It's pretty tough. Good on him for getting it up there quickly enough on a couple of these holds.
And we are again 4 minutes remaining, so close to the end of this game. Will Wartortle Warriors be able to come back? It is looking doubtful here.
We saw Skis go in there for a big bomb, but got caught out and didn't do a whole lot with it. But then Bagel does finish up on the damage he did, taking out Plat Medic. It's going to give Memento Mori the advantage they need. But they're posturing here. They've got Alder with them. Looks like the force comes out as they guess they didn't want to lose Alder. They're kind of a questionable push. They just really wanted to get that sentry out of the way, I guess, which is going to be good because now if they can push in a second off this, get a couple more frags, they can avoid letting Game Master put that level 3 up in that same spot.
Looks like they're trying to collapse in from sewer, bringing both the scout and soldier through. It looks like Fiddler might be caught out here. He's pretty far in. A lot of fast classes on his tail. Frags going in the way of MM right now. Will they be able to take the second point?
I think they will. Both medics went down there again. We're just trading medics this past couple pushes here. Memento Mori not looking to capitalize a whole lot. Ski's just kind of putting down some sticks at choke and might be happy just to park the bus for this next 2.5 minutes. Gonna put the pressure on Wartortle Warriors to capitalize on it. And they are starting to move some players through IT. Gore going in there, getting a nice pick on B-Red. And backing on up, curiously enough. They had some players up for IT as well, but they just backed them up. I guess they want everybody at choke right now as they go in. Looks like we had a bomb attempt right there, but he takes so much damage. Dreadnought going down from a great shot by Alder. Taking out Gong as well for a double kill. And then moving into sewers. He's going to collapse her on the flank right now. Gets a shot on the medic. Gets another shot on the medic. He goes down. Alder is fucking on fire right now. And just absolutely destroys them. And the rest of his team needs to capitalize on this now. They want to push in and get a second round here. But like I said before, it looks like they might be just comfortable parking the bus.
Yeah, and that level 3 sentry just continues to deny fun. Alder getting shot across the map, saying, I know that you like skilled classes, but I am going to deny you every second of that.
And they're going in here trying to take out this sentry, but no! Gong comes in and says, you are not the best scout. Alder takes out the heavy, takes out the medic, takes out Alder for a 3k of his own. Scouts are absolutely on fire right now.
And right now, just time ticking away, the final, really the last possible moments here for Wartortle Warriors if they want to get the point. They're doing all they can, bringing in the medic, very aggressive positioning. And Cole brings in the pain train.
Oh, it's always good for a laugh when you see that come out. Wartortle Warriors out on the mid, gonna cap this, but with a minute left, I don't think we're gonna see another cap here. I'm guessing this is gonna go to Memento Mori.
And we got 50 seconds left, and Cole is running pain train, so, or not pain train, excuse me, charge and charge. So I think it's it's getting to the point of no return here.
Uber comes out in the yard right now for Wartortle Warriors. They're just adding their stats at this point with 30 seconds left. I believe it's physically impossible for them to get both capture points in that time, but they are trying regardless to make a show of it. They're on that second point right now. They have 25 seconds left. They're going to get this cap. They have players going into last right now. Are we going to see yet another half if this goes through to an even...
Oh, dear God. Please.
15 seconds left. They are not pressuring enough for it. Blue went in there, took some players out. 10 seconds left. Cole jumps in to get some time on point, but he goes down. 5 seconds left on the clock. Last kill's going to come out here. Triton with a couple last stranger kills, and that will be good games called by everybody. Memento Mori taking this victory. The win of 3-2.
And that is going to be it for tonight. A great showing by Memento Mori, kind of outlasting the competition. We'll see you next week. I am Grizz, and I've been joined tonight by Insomniuh. Shout outs to Viper Gaming as always. You guys are a great group of gamers. Shout out to Kresnik and all the K&D guys from last season. And as always, Dashner, you're a
Thanks,
pleasure to
Dashner.
cast with.
Absolutely.
Insomniuh,
Thanks a lot,
it was
guys.
great tonight. So.
You as well, sir. Good night, everyone.